AI just beat the world champion at Go back in 2017. It writes code faster than senior developers. It diagnoses diseases from medical scans in seconds. It generates art, composes music, and holds conversations that feel almost human. So here's the question everyone's asking. Is AI smarter than us? No, and the reason why matters more than you think. This isn't about fear. It's not about rejecting technology. This is about clarity, because the way we talk about AI intelligence is fundamentally broken, and that confusion has consequences for how we work, how we learn, and how we make decisions that shape our future. Let's fix that. What we see versus what's actually happening. Look at what AI can do today. ChatGPT writes essays that sound informed and articulate. DALL-E creates photorealistic images from text descriptions. AlphaGo defeated the best human player at a game considered too complex for machines to master. DeepMind systems fold proteins, predict weather patterns, and optimize energy grids. Impressive? Absolutely, but here's where the problem starts. Listen to how we describe these achievements. We say AI learns. We say it understands. We say it creates and thinks and discovers. These are human cognitive terms, and we're applying them to processes that aren't human at all. High performance is not the same as intelligence. And this isn't semantics. It's a category error that distorts how we see both AI and ourselves. A calculator can outperform any human at arithmetic. It processes numbers faster and with perfect accuracy, but we don't call it intelligent. We understand it's following programmed rules at high speed. So why do we treat AI differently? The pattern recognition machine. Here's what AI actually does. It processes statistical patterns across massive datasets. It analyzes billions of examples and learns correlations, which word typically follows which pixels usually appear together, which move in a game tends to lead to victory. When a language model writes a sentence, it's predicting the next most probable token based on patterns it's seen before. Not because it knows what the words mean, but because it's learned what usually comes next. There's no meaning, no context beyond statistical association, no understanding. An AI can write a beautiful sonnet about heartbreak without ever experiencing loss. It can describe the taste of strawberries without taste buds. It can discuss loneliness without ever feeling alone. It's producing outputs that look like they come from intelligence. But the process underneath is completely different. Intelligence is embodied. Let's talk about what human intelligence actually is, because this is where the real differences emerge. From a neuroscience perspective, human cognition doesn't happen in isolation. It emerges from a body interacting with the world. We don't just process information like a computer uploading data. We live it. Your vision isn't just pattern matching. It's predictive processing shaped by movement, by hunger, by emotion, by memory. When you see an apple, you're not just recognizing pixels, you're anticipating weight, texture, taste. You're connecting it to every apple you've ever eaten, every context you've encountered one in. AI has no body, no physical presence in the world, no survival pressure, no stakes. And that matters because intelligence evolved to solve embodied problems, finding food, avoiding danger, navigating social relationships, reproducing. Every aspect of human cognition is shaped by the fact that we exist in bodies that can be hurt, that need things, that move through space and time. You can't separate human intelligence from the body it emerged from. AI doesn't have that foundation. It's disembodied pattern recognition. Intelligence is contextual and adaptive. Humans shift meaning based on tone, culture, history, relationships. We read between the lines. We catch sarcasm. We know when silence means something. If someone says, "That's just great," after spilling coffee on their laptop, you know instantly they don't mean it's great. You're reading facial expression, tone of voice, situational context, social convention. You're drawing on decades of lived experience navigating human communication. AI operates in a vacuum of probabilities. It might guess correctly based on patterns, but it has no access to the lived context that creates meaning. Here's another example. The word bank could mean a financial institution or the side of a river. You know which one based on context, and that context includes things AI can't access. Your personal history with banks, your current location, the conversation you had yesterday, your emotional state, cultural associations. Human intelligence is radically contextual. We adapt our understanding to circumstances in ways that go far beyond pattern matching. Intelligence is shaped by error and learning. When humans make mistakes, we don't just adjust parameters. We gain insight. We understand why something didn't work, not just that it didn't work. A child touches a hot stove and learns about heat, causation, pain, trust, danger. lessons that reshape their entire understanding of the world. That's not data optimization, that's meaning making. AI improves through gradient descent and backpropagation, mathematical processes that adjust weights to minimize error. It gets better at pattern matching, but it doesn't gain insight. It doesn't reorganize its understanding of the world. It doesn't have those aha moments where everything suddenly makes sense. Human learning is messy, inefficient, and profound. We learn through failure in ways that fundamentally change us. AI just gets incrementally better at the task it was trained on. Intelligence is emotional and intuitive. Gut feelings, hunches. Now, moral reasoning. The ability to sense when something's off, even when you can't articulate why. These aren't bugs in human cognition. They're features. They're core to how we navigate complex, ambiguous situations where the data is incomplete and the stakes are human. You meet someone and feel instinctively that you can't trust them. You're processing microexpressions, tone, body language, inconsistencies, things you're not consciously aware of, but your embodied intelligence picks up. Or you're making a decision and the logical choice is clear, but something feels wrong. That something is your emotional and intuitive intelligence, integrating information your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. AI has no inner life, no emotional responses, no intuition born from embodied experience, no moral framework beyond what it's been trained to mimic. It can simulate empathy by learning what empathetic responses look like, but there's no one home, no consciousness experiencing care or concern. Big tech's narrative incentive. So, if AI is so fundamentally different from human intelligence, why is this distinction so consistently blurred? Let's start with the obvious. There's enormous economic incentive to present AI as intelligent. When companies describe their products as learning, thinking, or understanding, they're not just being imprecise. They're constructing a narrative that makes AI seem more transformative, more essential, more inevitable. If AI is intelligent, then not adopting it means falling behind. It means your competitors have smarter employees, better decision-making, superior capabilities. The more human-like AI seems, the more valuable the product becomes. This drives investment. It drives adoption. It drives cultural authority for the companies building these systems. The incentive isn't to clarify, it's to mystify, because mystification creates market opportunity. Anthropomorphism bias. But it's not just corporate messaging. Humans have a deep cognitive bias toward anthropomorphism. We instinctively attribute intention and understanding to things that respond to us in seemingly intelligent ways. In the 1960s, people formed emotional attachments to Eliza, a simple pattern-matching chatbot that reflected their statements back as questions. They knew it was a program, but they still felt understood by it. We do this with Siri, with Alexa. The more sophisticated the response, the stronger the illusion. This isn't stupidity, it's how human social cognition works. We're made to detect agency and intention in our environment. It keeps us alive, but it also makes us vulnerable to seeing intelligence where there's only sophisticated mimicry. And here's the thing, the companies building AI know this. They design interactions to trigger that anthropomorphic response. Conversational interfaces, natural language, responses that sound thoughtful and personalized. They're not accidentally creating this confusion. They're leveraging a known cognitive bias. Lack of public literacy. Finally, there's a massive gap in public understanding of how these systems actually work. Most people don't know what a large language model is. They don't understand neural networks, training data, or transformer architectures. And why would they? It's highly technical, but that gap creates space for myth-making. When media coverage uses metaphors like AI learns or AI thinks, most readers take that literally. They imagine something like human cognition happening inside the machine. Engineers working on these systems know better, but there's limited incentive to correct the record when the mystique serves commercial interests. And so we end up with a public discourse where AI is treated as a nascent digital mind rather than what it actually is, extremely sophisticated pattern recognition at scale. The confusion isn't accidental, it's structural. So why does this distinction matter? What are the actual consequences of treating AI as intelligent when it's not? Let's start with work. When we believe AI is intelligent, we over-rely on it. We delegate decisions to systems that can't weigh ethics, nuance, or human cost. Take hiring algorithms. Companies use them because they promise to remove bias and optimize for performance. But these systems don't evaluate candidates the way humans do. They find statistical patterns in past hiring data and reproduce them. If your company historically hired people from certain schools or with certain keywords on their resumes, the AI will optimize for those patterns, even if they have nothing to do with actual job performance, even if they perpetuate historical discrimination. The AI isn't intelligent enough to ask, is this correlation meaningful, or is it just noise? Does this pattern reflect merit, or does it reflect bias? But when we treat it as intelligent, we trust it with decisions it can't responsibly make. In education, the confusion is even more dangerous in education. Students are using AI to write essays, solve problems, write code, and educators are struggling to figure out what this means for learning. If we treat AI as intelligent, as something that understands the material, then using it seems like collaboration with a smarter partner. It seems like learning efficiency, but here's the reality. Outsourcing cognition isn't learning. Understanding comes from struggle, from making mistakes, from reorganizing your mental models when they don't fit the evidence. When a student has AI write their essay, they're not learning faster. They're not learning at all. They're getting a product that looks like learning happened, but the actual cognitive work, the thing that builds intelligence, didn't occur. We're at risk of training a generation that can't think without a prompt, that can't wrestle with ambiguity, sit with confusion, or work through problems independently. And because we've confused performance with understanding, we might not notice until it's too late. In policy and governance, then there's governance. If policymakers believe AI is intelligent, they may start ceding decisions to it. Algorithmic systems are already making bail decisions, determining welfare eligibility, allocating resources, identifying threats. When these systems are treated as intelligent, their outputs gain authority. We stop asking the right questions. What patterns was this trained on? What biases are baked in? What context is it missing? Algorithmic governance without human judgment is dangerous, not because AI is malicious, but because it lacks the contextual understanding and moral reasoning that human decisions require. A judge considering bail doesn't just calculate flight risk. They weigh circumstances, potential for rehabilitation, family situation, systemic inequalities. Human intelligence allows for mercy, for seeing beyond the data. AI can't do that. And if we treat it as intelligent, we won't notice what we've lost until communities are harmed by decisions that optimized for efficiency but missed what matters. In daily life, finally, there's something more subtle but equally important: cultural erosion. The more we blur the line between AI and human intelligence, the more we forget what makes us intelligent. People are already starting to mimic AI's tone in their writing. Bland, corporate optimized, they structure emails and messages like ChatGPT outputs. They lose their voice in favor of what sounds professional, which increasingly means what sounds like AI. We're experiencing cultural flattening, a loss of idiosyncrasy, an erosion of human depth and texture. When we treat AI outputs as the standard for good writing, good thinking, good communication, we start to devalue the things that make human expression meaningful: personality, risk-taking, vulnerability, style. This isn't hypothetical, it's already happening, and it accelerates every time someone treats AI-generated content as equivalent to human creativity. AI is a tool, not a mind. So what do? First, we reframe completely. AI is powerful, it's useful, it's transformative, but it's not intelligent. It's a tool, an extraordinary one, but a tool nonetheless. It's a mirror that reflects our data, our biases, our priorities. It shows us patterns we couldn't see on our own. It processes information at scales we can't match. But it doesn't think, it doesn't understand, it doesn't know. And treating it accurately doesn't diminish its value. Actually, it lets us use it better. When you know what AI is, pattern recognition at scale, you know where it excels and where it fails. You know when to trust it and when to question it. You maintain agency. The companies selling AI want you to think it's magic, but it's not. It's math, sophisticated, powerful, sometimes uncanny math, but math. And that's fine. Math is useful. We don't need it to be intelligent for it to be valuable. What humans bring that AI never will. Here's what we need to remember about ourselves. Human intelligence does things AI will never do, not because the technology isn't advanced enough, but because these capacities are fundamentally tied to embodied, emotional, mortal existence. We make meaning. We don't just recognize patterns, we interpret them. We assign significance. We create narratives that help us navigate the world. We reason morally. We consider not just what is statistically likely, but what should be done. What's fair, what honors human dignity. We create from constraint. Real creativity isn't just novel combinations of existing patterns. It's imagination, born from limitation, from frustration, from from the productive struggle between what we want to express and what we're capable of expressing. We care, genuinely, not as a simulation, but as beings with stakes in the world. And that care shapes our judgment in ways that can't be replicated by systems with no interiority. We change our minds. We're transformed by experience. We have those moments where we see everything differently, where our entire framework shifts. These aren't romanticized qualities. They're functional advantages in a complex, ambiguous human world. The path forward. So here's the path forward. Use AI where it excels: pattern recognition, speed, scale, processing massive datasets, finding correlations humans would miss. Keep humans where we excel: judgment, ethics, context, care, meaning-making, moral reasoning, creative interpretation. And this isn't about resisting technology. It's about using it wisely, and that starts with rejecting the hype, with building public literacy, with teaching people how AI actually works, demystifying it, making it legible, keeping it in perspective. When you understand what AI is, you're not threatened by it. You're not dazzled by it. You're empowered to use it as what it is: a powerful tool that extends certain human capabilities while remaining fundamentally dependent on human intelligence for the things that matter most. Clarity isn't just useful. In moments of rapid technological change, it's essential, because confusion benefits those selling the technology. Clarity benefits everyone else. AI is not smarter than us. It never will be. Not because it can't improve. It will continue to get better at what it does, but because smart and intelligent means something specific. These words describe capacities that emerge from embodied, emotional, mortal existence. Capacities we were granted to solve human problems in a human world. AI solves different problems with different methods. It's not a mind. It's not a companion. It's not a digital version of us. It's an extraordinarily powerful pattern recognition system that we've learned to apply in creative and valuable ways. And that's enough. We don't need to make it more than it is. We don't need to fear AI. We need to understand it. We need to see it clearly, without the hype, without the anthropomorphism, without the economic narratives that benefit from confusion. Because when we understand AI accurately, we stay in control. We make better decisions. We preserve what makes us human while leveraging what makes these systems useful. So no, AI is not the same intelligence. And now you know why. For more clarity on AI, subscribe to Artificial Insight. Understanding over hype.